Hi Aquarius, this is your general tarot reading for Aquarius Sun, Moon and Rising Sign Ascendant for the month of May. So Aquarius, how have you been doing? I know we spoke a little bit last month how some of you might be shutting a big door on something in your career. Hopefully many of you have found something better, or the dreams and wishes that you were hoping to pursue now, you've just more space for it. You've much more room to believe in your big schemes and ideas, and trust that. Always trust that. And I mean, that's energy that will continue into the first half of May too. Just trusting that whatever has to be let go of in your career, something new and wonderful will arrive. I've read some of the comments from last month. Some of you are starting new businesses and things like that. I really wish you the very, very best of luck with everything that you're doing. And may you have a prosperous future in it. So let's go back to May. Okay, so how do we begin? Well, the month of May, Aquarius, opens with the sun shining down on your private world, your private life, your home, your innermost sanctum, and the peace and quiet that you get there. So the sun is trying to, you know, if you are spending a lot of time at home, it's trying to make that as pleasurable for you as possible. It's trying to make it as easy for you as possible. I don't know, has home been hectic? Has it been a bit crazy over the last couple of months? And now you kind of feel that something is improving. It's just that little bit better. But more happens. I'll talk about that in a little moment. Enjoy it in the first 2 weeks, because there might be some very, very big changes in your home life. And the fourth house can also represent, you know, long-term investments. Not quite like the eighth house, but, you know, setting something up, a kind of a security in your life that makes you feel happy, that gives you a solid foundation for your future. That's something that you'll be really focused on for the first 2 weeks. Now with Mercury, the big communicator, the silver-tongued devil in there in your third house, home plus third house, which can mean siblings, cousins, extended family. Some of you could be sharing those wonderful ideas, maybe to work at home with your siblings. Maybe you'll be spending time with them, talking to them about your great big ideas and kind of explaining it to them, sharing it with them, and having nice moments trying to explain it with them, you know. Because if there has ever been any tension between you and your extended family, it might just seem a little bit better. The Four of Wands. Are some of you announcing big weddings, popping the question, or going to buy that big ring for the wedding? Because this is a marriage card. Some of you thinking about getting married? I know some of you are looking at me saying, absolutely, I am not. Aquarius? Committing to one person? Are you insane? You're not all that bad, Aquarius. I know you're hopeless romantics. So yes, some of you are taking the plunge, taking the dive into that wonderful commitment of eternal love and marriage and the happy ever after and all of that nice stuff. Maybe that's why it's so nice at the moment for some of you at home. I do get it. I know there's another half of you just still looking at the screen now going, did she just say what I think she said? Marriage? Me? Never. But it does happen sometimes, you know. So yeah, you might be discussing your ideas with your siblings, with family members, and having a nice time, having good food, chilling out, because this is Taurus season. Good food, good wine. Lovely evenings. If the weather is good, you can sit outside and just watch the night skies while talking about your great big plans and visions for your future. It's a nice energy, Aquarius. Venus in the fifth house. So Venus is really pushing the love boat out there. Venus wants you to celebrate big style. So it's quite interesting that the marriage card comes out first. There's big declarations of love. There's a real feeling that you're at the first 2 weeks of May, that I don't know how to explain it. You're having more fun in your love life, more joy, more pleasure. And certainly for those of you who aren't focused on love, joy, fun or pleasure in that way, the thing that makes your heart happy, your new business plans, your dreams, the things that you adore, making plans for your future fame, if that makes you happy, you'll be really indulging in that. And it'll just feel good. You'll have that moment of, this is where I need to be every time I'm in this zone. This is my happy place. Whatever that vision is. Maybe your vision is to live in a far-off country, emigrate to another country where they live the Aquarius life. And while you're sitting at home right now, you're just enjoying the pleasureful moments of saying, one day I'll be there. One day I'll be at the top. One day they'll know my name. So it's quite nice. I like that. For those of you who have children, there'll be really nice moments where you can really spend some fun time together. Have a laugh and have that gorgeous connection with each other. You know, where you just look into your kid's face and you just absolutely adore them. Well, this is that multiplied by 1,000, okay? It's just gorgeous, it's lovely. But here's the big focus. We've only one card. It was the marriage card. I think I've stunned some of you when I said wedding. You're sitting there going, I'm not letting her pick any more cards. She picked a marriage card for the first one. How do I trust her to pick more cards? You just keep those cards in that deck and don't be giving me those types of surprises. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about this big shift that's happening here in Taurus season. Some of you may have heard it because I know a lot of you are interested in astrology and you're very future oriented. Uranus, the big crazy rebel who happens to rule your sign, is moving into Taurus, the sign of money and anything that's got a value in this life, the raw materials, cash, luxury. Your influence is now all over money. Didn't I say last month that the revolution is coming from money? Things like cryptocurrencies, how we trade, how we buy and sell, how we essentially put a price on anything is now under the influence of your ruler. So Aquarius, you have a good idea of how this might go. I mean, it's a bull market right now with all things that Aquarius are pushing. I mean, you're out there, you're forward thinking, but you're rebellious. I mean, money for you could so radically change. I mean, you might suddenly decide that you don't want to deal in cash anymore. You want to barter. You don't want to pay your creditors. You want to set up your business where everybody is just paid and trade. That's a nice system, actually. One of the oldest systems in the world. And then there's the other, more future-oriented one, the cryptocurrencies. Now, Aquarius, if your ruler is in there, in the month of money, I suspect you're going to see some very positive changes overall in your finances. Whatever way you decide to rebel and change how these things operate. Look at me, I'm shuffling. Not one card coming out. What's going on? Are you just waiting for me to talk more about money? Yeah. Oh, okay. Are you just waiting for me to talk more about money? I hear ya. The sun shining on you there, my love. The King of Cups. The Ace of Swords, new ideas and new truths. Queen of Pentacles, she's the queen of the money. And of course, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus being the feminine. If you want to see money, you gotta ask the divine feminine for it right now. The big Venus. The 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Ooh, okay. Well, that was a strange progression there. We'll talk about it in a moment. So, we start the month with the sun in your 4th house, where you're seriously thinking about how to improve your way of living, your home life, your private life. This new shake-up to do with money. You're looking around your home and going, yeah, this is fine, but this time next year I want to be in some high-end resort somewhere in the world, living it up and waving to everybody from my speedboat, my powerboat, my yacht. Come on, hurry up and tell me if that's in the cards. Okay, calm. On the 13th of May, Mercury, the big communicator, the one who just needs to share info, is going into Taurus. So there's a big bunch of stuff happening in Taurus in your 4th house. So in your home life, as the Ace of Cups comes out, in your home life, it'll be all talk about the money. It'll be all talk about how to get there, how to make your home life and work life be better balanced, because you know you've the Jupiter retrograding still in your 10th house. It's like the month of this big balance of work life, home life. Work life, home life. You want to work from home? You want to work from home, don't you? You don't want to work anymore in a typical office job. You don't want to be in the machine anymore. You're rebelling against the machine. You want to be able to work from home. You want to see your money grow while you sleep. That's your new mantra. The 3 of Pentacles. Then on the 15th of May, there's a new moon in Taurus, again in the 4th house. And it's your home. Some of you may really, before you see the big cash come in with whatever business ventures you have, you're really looking around your home and saying, I think we need to move. Something has to change. There's a new opportunity. The 2 cards came out here. The Page of Pentacles. The world. The world. The world. The world. The world is your lobster. Oyster. Or any other seashell that you want it to be. So yeah, you could be moving home around the 15th of May. Could be moving your actual physical house. The 16th of May, now this is when the 15th of May is when Uranus goes in. This is the big lightning strike. I'm surprised you didn't get the Tower card actually in this reading, because that is the one who is symbol. A fly just landed on my hand. Can you go? I had the window open there, the big door here, and the Queen of Wands. She's your last card. And a bunch of flies and all types of garden creatures came into the house when I had the door wide open. And he is just one of those garden creatures that I'll have to usher out as soon as this reading is finished. The big thing is, the lightning might strike some point mid-May for you, Aquarius, where something about your home life and work life will radically change. Radically change. If some of you are renting your home, you may get a little bit of a shock that the person you rent from might say, oh, we're giving you your notice. Don't panic, don't get all afraid. I'm just giving you an idea of what might happen. Or you just might look around your home and say, you know, if I'm going to be this big success in the future, I can't live in this place anymore. I've got to live. I've got to start as I mean to go on. I've got to live grand. I've got to live big. I've got to put my money together and start making it look like I'm halfway towards success. So there's a moment, definitely mid-month, where your home life, your physical home, could take a radical change. You could just decide, oh, I'm throwing all my furniture out and I'm starting again from the beginning, redecorating. Or the family, the people in your life, the people that you consider family. There could be a radical moment that happens mid-May where they might need you, or you might need them in some way, shape or form. It's unpredictable. Now, Aquarius, you understand unpredictable because you're ruled by Mr. Unpredictable. So it's very difficult to predict what Uranus is going to do when he hits. But you of all people know that when he does hit, nothing will ever be the same again. Because when he does hit, Uranus usually does one thing, and you'll appreciate this because this is what you do. You don't strike your lightning on and demolish something that's working. You strike things down that aren't working. Like the Tower card in the deck of the tarot here. The lightning comes to explode all things that are derelict, that are past their sell-by date, that have no great use anymore, that have grown perverse. And you're saying, this is just ridiculous. I need to just make it look even more ridiculous so that people finally get tired of it and move on. And this energy mid-month, it's like a big bulldozer that comes in and knocks down anything that stands in your way of success. So if you feel anything weird, strange or unusual happening mid-month, do remember this, Aquarius, that it's all in order for you to make progress, to clear the old crap out of your life. Part of the old world has to go so that you can be like a streak of lightning and run directly into your future. I hope you're happy with that. Now, at this point, you know what we usually do. I bring the camera down and we look at the cards. But on my Facebook page, She Bear Tarot, I had a little poll, a little survey where I asked the people there, should we change it up a little bit? So they said that they prefer when I keep the camera up here. And as a little compromise, what I'm going to do, if I can get my low-tech brain around this, is right now you should be seeing, hopefully, a little picture of the spread as an overview. And you can know what I'm talking about then as I read the cards. So let's begin, Aquarius. Here we are with this card, the marriage card. Yeah, I know you nearly fainted. It took a while to recover from that one. But yes, some of you actually are making that big leap into expressing your love in a big way. Some of you, it might be just that moment where you stand on the rooftop and say, I love you. I love you forever. Could be a bit like that because we do know that you are big romantics. But not to everybody, just to the people that you really, really love. And this is that big declaration of love, the big moment. You see, the energy is all in the 4th house. And it's interesting that the first card that comes out is a 4. It's a fire card. It's energy, it's motivation. So it could also translate for some of you into this new fire and energy into your home life and work life dynamic. Some of you who are in a relationship, you could be lighting 4 matches. Lighten it up, baby, to get some passion back into your love, into your home life, into that relationship. I mean, if it's a big place you live in, then I hope that you use all that space for some loving, because that is what's going to be struck up here. Big declarations of love, getting your intimacy back and feeling the fire of love. That's gorgeous. And celebrating in general. Celebrating their birthdays this month are Taurus and Gemini. Some of you could be celebrating with them. Now, beside that is the sun, this gorgeous card of healing. I mean, it needs no great explanation. What is the sun? The sun is somebody, the sun is an element which just is gold. It just shines on whatever you're doing and makes it, makes it glow, makes it burn, makes it on fire, gives it life. So whatever projects you're doing, again, I'll say, if it's a love thing where you're announcing a big declaration of love, it's just going to burn. It's the way to go. This is the way for you to go now. If it's in your career, whatever you're doing, I think you're doing it at home, from home. That's where the big success is, because this is success. Success. Can't even say that. Success from something that originates in the home. I like it. Something healing also in your home. Maybe something within your household needs to be healed, or somebody might be waiting to feel a little bit better in themselves. And for the singles, I beg your pardon, I totally excluded the singles. The Sun, this is a Leo card. And this is a marriage card. This is a declaration of love card. Certainly some of you Aquarians could be making a grand declaration of love, because this card is next to it. A grand declaration of love to a Leo. But you see, his back is to the Sun. So you have a choice, it seems here. You could be making a grand declaration of love to a Leo, but yet at the same time you're looking at an air sign, somebody new who has just popped into your life, who is either a Libra and another Aquarius or a Gemini. So you'd be kind of saying, okay, yeah, I know I'm making this big declaration of love to the Leo, but hold on a minute, hold on, nobody told me this person existed. But it is more a big declaration of love to somebody who is quite bright, somebody who is, you see, Venus is in the 5th house at the start of the month, who's ruled by the Sun. So it's somebody who is very joyful, playful, full of a wicked sense of humour, somebody who is beautiful, who keeps themselves very, very well, but who loves the life, who just wants to be out in the nightlife, in the day life, by the beach, definitely. And you'll really have something good with them. This is you feeling more in tune with love. And I get that, because with all the energy in the 4th house is all about being in tune, being sympathetic, being empathetic, feeling the vibe of love, not using your logical mind, but using something deeper. And I like that. And beside that is some new ideas. It's almost like here, Aquarius, that between your career and your home life and feeling that you've gained some peace and you become better in tune with yourself, better in tune with your feelings at home, it brings you a new idea. It brings you a new truth too. I definitely think in May some of you could be looking around at the people that you would consider family or loves or so on like that, and you'll see something new about them, because you'll see it from a position of heart. It's a very heart-based card. Now, you are very empathetic people. You have a big heart, even though you're an air sign. You're not generally ruled by the emotions, but you're certainly very sympathetic and empathetic. And it's when you are in that zone, when you are the king of love, that something new, a new insight, a new truth will come. And it will be very enlightening, put it that way, because a sword is handed to you to cut through anything that is stopping the progress. Remember we said that? And there could be someone or something in your home life that seems to be stopping your development. And you may have to have a very big conversation about that. And you may have to raise, put the glass down, okay, hold my beer while I take this sword type of thing. So he's putting the cup down and he's taking the sword and he's saying, no. We need to cut this out. We need to stop something. We need to stop fighting. We need to stop arguing. We need to stop missing each other's element. You're saying there are moments when I feel soft and gentle and then you're not on the same page as me, and vice versa. So it's like, hello, can we get on the same page? For those in a relationship. For the rest of you, excuse me, can't get rid of this cough. For the rest of you, you're going to feel good. This is a king, and a king that's sitting beside the sun. This means you're celebrated in some way in the month of May for the things that you're passionate about. We know a bunch of you are setting off on new ventures, setting up your own businesses. And the sun says, yeah, here you go, I'm going to shine it on the king. His passions, his drives, his dreams get rewarded. And the next thing we've got to give him, once he's there celebrating himself and congratulating himself on his successes, the next thing we have to give him is more truth. And I think that's something too. For many of you, you left an old contract or an old job or an old workplace. You're starting something new. You're being celebrated for it already in May. And yet, it's like a truth will come about your old job. that will make you go, oh man, am I glad I left that place? Because now I know the real truth. Now that I can sit back from a comfortable place and just watch the shit show, now I see really clearly what kind of craziness that was. You know, I see the big picture. I see the truth. You know. Also, this represents new projects, new ideas. So when you are taking that time at home to relax and feel the good vibes that are flowing through you in May, I think you'll get a new idea. Maybe I need to invest in something here. Maybe I need to think more about my future. Maybe I need to talk to my siblings or extended family about putting more money into a project. I have ideas. I want to make the big money that we spoke about last month. And I think you will. Because beside the Ace of Swords is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, like I said, this is Venus season, Taurus season, and she is a queen. She is the great attractor, the one who allows money come to her. She's not out there chasing it. She just wants it to come to her. So there is a moment where you feel that money is just flowing towards you, towards your direction, and you're happy about it. I think you should be too. I think it's surprising you also. I think you knew a little bit of money would come your way in May. Perhaps you foresaw that. But here it's like, oh yeah, keep it coming. I'm just going to sit here on my throne. Just you keep bringing me the coin. Keep it coming. Yeah. And she's looking down at it and she's confident, because this card is also to do with self-confidence and self-worth. And there is a great period in May where you're going to feel more like yourself, more secure, more solid. You know, I said that there's a theme running through your household with the people that you would consider family. There's a time in May where you realize that you need them more than you think. You need them more than you ever realized. And the most independent of them all, you Aquarius, the penny suddenly drops with you mid-May that I don't think I can do this alone. I don't think I should do this alone. And honestly, I don't even think I want to do this alone anymore. I need my people. I need my tribe. I need people around me who love me and that I can trust and who give me security and confidence like her. But we'll see that the Queen is sitting with her back to this. This is interesting because she is somebody who absolutely will not tolerate scams, schemes, dodgy plans. Somebody who is a strategist who's trying to win you over with some clever words or clever plans. And she's saying, I'm too confident now to be fooled by that crap. I mean, you can tiptoe around me all you like. You can try and, entice me with this and that, but you're wasting your time, my friend, because I can't be fooled anymore. You're not going to scam me. And anyone who does come towards you when you're in your full power of feeling confident, you won't tolerate them. So they'll have to just walk away. They'll have to move off. They'll just have to go. Schemes, plans, strategies, in the positive sense that you're making, they can bring you to a point of even greater security. But if there are anything scammy or shady, you're way beyond that now. You're past that now. Now, there's an interesting thing happening here because we have these two cards happening, and it's almost like you try to, at some point, to make a plan to get yourself out of some difficulties. You've been probably at loggerheads with somebody, and you've been tiptoeing around them. There's somebody that you can't quite be yourself with, that you have to tiptoe around them. And you keep trying to come up with new ways to appease them or to influence them, and it just never seems to work. And because you can't find the right way to get to them in some way, you feel confined and trapped and imprisoned. It's like there's a moment where You want to be able to figure out how to get yourself out of a stalemate with a person, or a stuck position with a person. You want to see the best of them. You don't want to feel trapped by them. Okay? And also for some of you, there's a moment mid-May before the big lightning strike comes where you'll feel that no matter how many plans you seem to put together, strategies or project plans, that they always seem to come to some sort of end where the result is that you get trapped. That it's like, I can go down this road, this road, this road, this road. Oh, what to hell with it. Every time I choose a path, I end up not going anywhere. It's not a clear path. Now, the good news is Uranus will strike. And when he strikes, that's when the clear path begins to come. And that's when you start to absolutely heal. And the healing just doesn't come with your finances. It just doesn't come with your career. It just doesn't come in your home life. It comes deep inside of you. There'll be a moment mid-May where you'll suddenly understand that you need to be more like the king. You'll need to be more free with your expression, free with your emotions, clean on the inside. The way I said that made it sound like you're a dirty person on the inside. You're not. We know you're not. But you want to be free. You don't want baggage. You don't want to be held back. You don't want to be holding on to hurts and pains. You just want to be free. And mid-month, that's exactly what you're going to get. For some of you, around the new moon on the 15th, certainly new love. Certainly for the singles, if that's what you want, new love. And new love with somebody that is a bit of a home bird. They like their home comforts. You know, you'll like it. And for those in a relationship, there'll be a great resurgence of love, but doing things at home. Maybe you'll want to cook together, invite some friends and have glasses of wine together and enjoy the food, enjoy the company, and enjoy something together at home. Might be a nice thing to do. Now, as we come towards the end of May, this is you realizing that in order to really move ahead in your future, you're going to have to bring in other people. Didn't we say that in a few moments ago? That you'll have the moment where you realize, I don't know if I can do this alone. I might need to get the advice, help and expertise of some other people. Maybe people who know a little bit more about such things. So you'll be calling upon them to do what? To teach you more about how to bring new life into your finances, into your career, into making money independently, into investing money. You want to communicate with people your real plans that you say, this is what my 5-year plan is. I need you to tell me how to get there. And then once they tell you, it's like a toy, a new toy comes. It's like the world has opened up. You now know how to begin. This is a beginner's card. You know how to begin now proceeding with making the money. I like that. I like that. I hope you don't mind that a lot of this is about money, but this is your energy at the moment. There is some about love life and home life and marriage, of course, for some of you, and healing. But there's still that great focus on the money. You're really pushing it right now, Aquarius, it seems, to get out there and to make your name, to get a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, because you're not tolerating it anymore, that to stay stuck in the current environment that you're in. You want more, and you demand it. And I better have it, you're saying. I better have what? You better have the world. You better have the world. Now, you remember 2 months ago, was it? We did the video about behavioral loops, love loops, psychological loops. This card explains that again. Towards the end of May, you might be reminded that there are still some patterns in your psyche that still have to be cleaned out. So you have to get the bucket of water and the cloth. This is twice now I've suggested that you're dirty on the inside, and I really I don't mean that. It sounds awful. You're not. But what you do have is the real need now to break patterns, break loops. if you found that your career always seems to follow a similar pattern that ends in a dead end, you have to really look at that. You have to spend real quality time and asking other people's advice, because every time you're in this loop and it keeps ending up the same way, it's because you're following the same pattern. You need outside advice to break that pattern. To make this money, you need to really break these loops. You've got to start believing, Aquarius, that it doesn't all end the same way over and over and over again. That there are other endings to your fairy tale. Rewrite the ending to your fairy tale. At least dream the ending to your fairy tale and meet it. A lot of the time when things have patterns, it's because we expect it to go that way, and therefore we work energetically towards that ending subconsciously without being aware of it. So rewrite the end of your story, baby, so it has this happy ending. So you break the behavioral patterns and become this, the attractor of great passion in your life. I mean, you have the attractor of great wealth in your life, but it's money really is a means to an end for you. It's not actually all about the money for you. It's about the life, having a passionate life, having a life that has value, having a life that has purpose and meaning. That's really what it's all about. Sure, it would be wonderful if you have a huge bank balance while you're doing that. Wonderful. But that's not the end game. The end game is having joy in your life, living an expressive, humorous dream where you are empowered and where you're lit up, where you're on fire, where you're on fire. Your time in the sun, baby. That's what you want. You just want your moment, not a moment, you want your life in the sunshine. And I like that. The sunshine life, Aquarius. And I'm going to leave it at that, Aquarius. Hopefully that's okay. If this is the first time seeing my videos, by the way, do subscribe and join me on Facebook, She Bear Tarot. I have Instagram and Twitter too. And come back next month so we can see what the heck else is going to unfold in the great Aquarian saga. And with that, I'm going to leave you with all my love and a great big kiss for luck. Mwah. See you next month, Aquarius. Love you.